This is the new MX518 Legendary. I'm going to compare it with an original MX518 and some G400S's. After going through all the buttons, the fit and finish feels exactly to the original MX518 and also the G400S. One thing I don't like is the feel of the scroll wheel. It feels like the indentions aren't as deep and the spring is a little too soft. The MX518 and the G400S, the scroll wheels are perfect. There's like a very nice indention and the spring feels a lot tighter. It just feels a lot nicer. The underside of the G400S and the MX518, this is the new one, has an additional slider over the sensor. The cord is 6 feet 8 inches long of the new MX518 and the G400S. The original MX518 cord is a little bit shorter. The new MX518, the cord is a lot more supple. It's a lot more flexible than these other two. You install this program called Logitech G Hub. And you can assign keystrokes by dragging stuff up to buttons. And you can adjust your DPI. I always keep mine at 800. And to save it to the onboard memory, you click right here, turn it on, and it updates to the mouse. So now all my settings are on the mouse. So I've been using this for a few days and I'm going to give my little mini review right here. The sensor I give a 10. It actually feels a little bit better than the older MX518 and G400S. The feel of the mouse, all the buttons are exactly the same. It feels just exactly as the old mouse. But like I say, the biggest problem is the scroll wheel. I give it a 5. The old scroll wheel is perfect. The new one just doesn't feel right. So I'm actually going to take this apart to I'm going to try to see if I can bend the spring, kind of stretch it out to give it a little bit more resistance. To do that, you got to peel off these sliders. I use this plastic spudger. There's a little notch underneath the slider. You carefully get it in there. You remove these 3 Phillips head screws, and then it comes apart. It's probably a good idea to take a picture with your cell phone before you do this. But then you can pull the assembly out. There's an optical sensor, like an electric eye, that reads through the little grooves of the mouse wheel. And on the inside of the scroll wheel, there's little notches. And it rubs up against the spring. And that's what gives you those little indentation feelings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this spring. I'm going to bend this little metal piece up a little bit. If anybody's curious, your 2 mouse clickers are Omron switches. Your mouse wheel button is a high make switch. Now I put it back in the mouse. Got to get this spring right. And I can tell that's a drastic improvement. Feels really good, nice and solid. So now I put the mouse back together. And you carefully reinstall the sliders. Peeling them off doesn't really hurt them. Make sure you get it in the groove. Use your thumb to like press it down. Get the glue to re-stick really good. If you end up messing up your sliders, it's no big deal because you can buy them for just a few dollars online. These ones are really good. They're called mouse skates from Hotline Games. Okay, I've been using the mouse a few hours, and I will say it's totally fixed the scroll wheel. It actually feels better than the MX518, I guess because this is 15 years old. Now it feels a little like loose compared to this one. So you might have to like do a little tweaking, but this is a good mouse. So I give this a double thumbs up. I've also made some other videos where if you've had problems with your mouse where the buttons aren't clicking right or anything, where I've taken it apart and shown how you can adjust these other buttons, and I'll put a link to those videos right after this one. Thanks for watching.